Hi, I'm Tyson Cook. I'm queer and I'm from the Okanagan, and I'm a drag queen on social media. So I've got quite a few pets. I have a small dog named Gyro, who I've had for 10 years. I have a little bunny who is not so friendly named Bunita, and it's long for bunny. And then I've also got a pig named Moose, who is a Oreo mini pig. He's got a black butt and a black head and a white middle. And he goes oink.
Hi, I'm Kuya Minogue, and I'm a lesbian crone. I'm 74 years old. I prefer the pronouns she and her, and I'm a Zen Buddhist priest.
My name is Rita Scott. I'm a married lesbian woman living in Creston, BC. I'm almost 80, still lively and kicking. I'm a retired lawyer. And I'm very active in my community, involved in a number of nonprofit societies.
So I came out, I think I was about 18 or 19 after high school. I actually came out on Facebook first because I was just like, screw it, I'm doing it. I had a boyfriend at the time, and we were living together in a house I was house sitting at. And when I did that, my mom got quite upset, and so I had to go and have a conversation with her. And she's like, don't tell Dad. But for the most part, my family's pretty accepting now. I don't really have that much of an issue with my family. They don't really follow or support my drag, but they don't discourage me for it. So if you're looking at my videos and my drag performances, I definitely like to tell a story through my drag, either from experiences from my life or just like a cool story that I would like to tell. If it's from my pictures and stuff, then it's just kind of more just for fun. Just looking pretty.
We actually met at Royal Roads University on the 5th of July of 2001.
We both took the same course from those two distances. And we met in the cafeteria.
At the university.
Yeah.
Following some backlash from the community in previous months, Drake Storytime made a triumphant return to the Kelowna Regional Library on Saturday afternoon.
Frida Wales has appeared at the library for story time with kids.
Today we had our second drag queen story time.
And there was one story time already called Drag Queen Story Time.
Definitely the best stories I have are when I get reached to from parents telling me that my story time has helped their kids open up and let them wear their favorite clothes. I've had people reach out to me from the States, from the UK, from Australia, that I've never even met before, that have just found my page, so that's kind of a nice pro. Cons, obviously, the same. If people want to hate, they can find you because you're out there and easy to find.
I came out in 1969. We used to have to sneak down Davie Street to go to a gay bar because it was against the law. And they were still raiding gay bars there. So it was always like locks on the door. And then Pierre Trudeau passed the Omnibus Bill in 1969, and it became no longer illegal. You know, the government needs to stay out of the bedrooms of the people, is what he said.
I noticed that the atmosphere in the office, and most especially with the RCMP, who we had to work very closely with, was very homophobic. And I found that very scary and very uncomfortable because I didn't know how it would affect my working life if I were to be openly out.
I definitely think anyone who's going to be open fully online is open to cyberbullying. Just because, yeah, it depends on how much you're putting yourself out there. Like if I put all my art out there, I'm asking for comments, positive or negative, and you can't really stop that if you're being in an open forum like that. I would even say, even as a queer person myself, sometimes I like look at something and I'm like, oh, that's weird. But I'm like, why should I think that's weird? I should just be accepting of it. And I'm like, I'm pretty weird. I have no eyebrows and strapped to my chest.
Well, my only experience with Facebook, and it's pretty limited, and it's a double-edged sword. It has some amazing positive aspects to it about communication and keeping in touch and reaching out and being able to have really good contact, especially for family members and people that you might otherwise lose track of or not have easy access to. But on the other hand, the things that I see people saying simply because of the anonymity of it and the lack of any kind of consequences. I mean, the worst thing that can happen is that your stuff gets taken off or something. But it can be so hurtful and so dangerous and so wrong.
Again, it's a nice platform on social media just to be queer because you can connect with so many other queer artists. Again, just helping to connect communities, especially smaller communities, helping to connect to bigger prides and being able to see what happens in bigger cities, which is kind of nice too, especially with all this virtual pride that's going to be happening this year. Kind of a chance for smaller cities to see what it is like to go to a big pride.